Welcome to Age Friendly Cleveland. My name is Mary McNamara, and I'm the director of the Cleveland Department of Aging. Across our country, we have what we call an aging network of services because no one division of government, agency, hospital system, or faith-based group provides all the services an older adult might need to age successfully. As examples, some older adults may need transportation or in-home health care, modifications to the home, or resources for staying engaged after retirement. It is our hope with this Age Friendly Cleveland series that you might learn more about the resources right here in Cleveland. This next segment is about one of the trusted agencies we work closely with every day to make Cleveland an age-friendly city.
Another episode of Age Friendly Cleveland. I'm Enrique Correa, and I'm joined by Dabny Conwell, the Executive Director of the Rose Centers for Aging Well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your organization.
So Rose Centers for Aging Well is a subsidiary of Benjamin Rose Institute on Aging. Rose Centers exist to provide 5 locations of places for seniors that are over the age of 60 to come and be every day and for socialization, to connect with their friends, to have programming. It's a place to get people out of the homes, to be able to interact with other people.
How important is this?
It's very important because when we think about seniors who don't have access to be able to be out and in the community, this gives them some place to be and be with their friends, to decrease the isolation that some seniors experience because they do live alone in their homes within the community. So this provides an opportunity for that to not be their circumstances for the good portion of the day.
Where are these Rose Centers, and how can people get to them?
So the Rose Centers are located throughout the city of Cleveland. There's one on Lakeshore Boulevard. There's one that's the Lakeshore Rose Center. There's Bone Rose Center that's on Ansel and Mount Sinai Drive. There is one King Kennedy Towers and one in the James H. Woods Towers, and those are properties where the Gunning Park, the Gunning Park one is also located in the city of Cleveland in the Recreation Building.
So how many is that?
That's 5, a total of 5.
And tell me about some of the programs you offer.
So the programs differ depending on the locations where you attend, but a common theme is there's always exercise programs. Some of our locations have silver sneakers programs, which tie into an insurance plan. So if you have that as a part of your insurance plan, you can go to Gunning Rose Center, which is at the Gunning Park Community Center, and take a silver sneakers class as well as a silver sneakers splash class. Other locations don't have silver sneakers, but they have exercise classes. Tai Chi is also available. There are book clubs that are available. There are trips that they take from the center that's sponsored by the center. There's, of course, bingo. No center would be a center without bingo.
Gotta have bingo.
Gotta have bingo. And the seniors get to the locations in a variety of ways. Some come via their own transportation because they obviously still drive. Others have relatives that will drop them off on their way to their daily places that they need to be during the day. And then others who need transportation, we provide transportation for them. So we have a third-party company where we contract for them to pick up the senior, bring them to the center, and then pick them up at the end of the day and take them home.
You mentioned silver sneakers. Tell me more about that.
So Silver Sneakers is an exercise class that happens once a week at the Gunning Park Rose Center, and it's an exercise class that is really tailored towards seniors. So it's not your high-impact aerobics class, but it also isn't so low that someone would fall asleep, if you will.
Right.
So it's a middle-of-the-road exercise class that involves light weights, but also just movements that get the seniors moving.
Get that heart pumping.
Get the heart pumping, yeah.
What are the requirements and the cost?
So the only requirement to attend the Rose Center is that you're 60 and over, and there are no costs that are passed on to the senior, but the programs are supported through different funding sources that we have that support the operations of the center, but there are no costs that are passed on to the center.
I understand that the Rose Center also delivers meals.
We do.
Tell me about that.
So Home Delivered Meals program delivers about 450 to 500 meals to homebound seniors every day. These meals are provided through a variety of funders, but to qualify for these meals, the senior has to be homebound or not have access to get their own food or prepare that food for themselves. These meals come to the senior between the hours of 10 and 3 every day. They're nutritional meals, so they're wholesome meals where they are scheduled to arrive around lunchtime. So the purpose is to make sure that the senior has a meal every day, Monday through Friday.
What about transportation?
For the home delivered meals, we have a fleet of trucks that deliver it right to their door, so they do not have to come out of the home to get their meals. And then the transportation to the centers is sponsored by the Rose Centers.
And there's no cost for these meals for these seniors?
There's no cost that is passed on to the seniors. There's a cost to the organization, but that's supported by funders.
How can these seniors get in touch with you and take advantage of this opportunity?
So the seniors would call our intake department, which they could call 216-791-8000, and that would get them to Benjamin Rose Institute's intake department. They would let them know let the intake person know that is their interest in being enrolled in the Home Delivered Meals program, and the intake person would move them through the process.
One thing that I've noticed in all these programs, that seniors like to volunteer. Tell me about, I've noticed there was a woman driving a bus, and she was driving other seniors, and she was in her 70s, and she was volunteering.
Sure.
Tell me about that. I think it's wonderful that other seniors are trying to help other seniors.
So it's wonderful because it's a peer-to-peer relationship, and so seniors connect to one another because they have something in common. And seniors have the desire to want to give back, and so there's lots of opportunities within the senior centers where they can do that. They can be a greeter. If they have a skill that they've had prior to at another point in their life, this is an opportunity to do that. For example, we have a yoga instructor that's what she did prior to her retirement, and she wanted to continue to do it. So she comes and she does it at the senior center, but then she also participates in other programmings that happen around the senior center. So there's plenty of opportunities, prepping the meals to get them ready to be served, and then serving those who may not be able to get to the serving line themselves. So those type of things. Sign-in sheets also are a big deal for us. So some of the volunteers handle and manage those.
How do you think these programs enrich the lives of these seniors that they're searching for their independence? Tell me about that.
So I see the senior center as a staple portion of a community. It allows the senior to have some place to go, to be, where there are folks that look like them. They have common interest, and for a lot of our seniors, they come when they're 60, which is the first year of eligibility, and it remains a steady part of their daily lives until they don't want to come anymore. And for a lot of them, we have the multiple generations there. We have someone that's 60 and someone that's 101, because they found that these are friends, these are safe places to be, these are places where they can get their lunch during the day so they don't have to think about cooking. So it becomes a staple part of a community where people connect to one another, where they're not necessarily able to do so in other circumstances.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Okay.
You gave us a bunch of great information to use, and thank you for joining us again. I'm sure the public out there, our viewers, are looking and saying, I got to take advantage of some of these opportunities.
Yeah. So thank you for having me, and we welcome the phone calls.
And you can always come back and educate
Sure.
our public some more.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm Enrique Correa for TV 20. Remember, we are age-friendly Cleveland.